Looks like not even I am in the room. It says 0 people. Oh, there's one. I thought I had a resolution. This is part 2 from earlier. I am Board Grandma Designs. My name is Leela. I'm from Northwest Florida, and I had been fooling with my ring light is broken, so it it's all floppy and everything. But normally I'm here from 9 to 5 on Wednesdays, but I wasn't able to do that today. Everything was like not wanting to cooperate. So anyway, I was here earlier today. Welcome in. Glad you're here. It's you and I for right now. How do you do? So I'm having some tea, trying to calm and chill myself down from my ring light not wanting to cooperate. But anyways, let's get us some music going on. I had that earlier too, but it seemed to disappear. This seems like it's a Monday for me. Um, but I am again from Northwest Florida. It was a little windy yesterday. It's sunny today. So that's a good thing. I know there's all kinds of crazy chaos going around the US. Um, but hopefully everybody is okay. I just read that one of our journalists, um, I don't know if they're on Whatnot, but they're on YouTube. Their house had burned, so that's sad news. Um, I am trying to find us something calm. I have to keep things calm. Let's see. So what I'm working on is little pockets and pocket purse puzzles, and putting this little kit together. And in addition to that, I'm making my 4x4 Coptic stitch journals that can tuck inside of these. I also like to do what's called tussy mussies to go inside and do fussy cuts on cards and things. This is from Easter, but you just kind of fussy cut them and stick them all in there. But like I said, that's from Easter, so that has its own time. Um, Let me get some no copyright music here. Afternoon calm music. So I'm going to find us something calming to listen to. If it will. Interesting. Huh. Okay, maybe I have it now. Do you ever have a day where you just can't seem to get it together? Today seems to be one of those days for me. Okay, calm, non-copyrighted background music. How about that? Let's see what this is. Something that's gonna last. This says lo-fi. I guess it kind of has a little beat to it. Okay, here we go. So I can't see your comments right now. I am getting there. So I was here earlier and I had hello, hello. I see people in the room. Hello, Brooklyn. Hi, Kimberly. Was that Cher? Let's see, how do you say your name? Well, hello, hello. Glad you're here. Charsa, I'm probably butchering your name. Please forgive me. Hi, Sherry. Hello, hello. Oswego, mom. I think that's what it said. I need glasses. But anyways, I have I didn't have time to do any coffee dyeing. I realized I had ran out, so I'm working on a little Copic Stitch journal here. Um, this is it. Daughter calling me back afterwards. Okay, I'll talk to you later, Brooklyn. This is my Coptic Stitch journal. I did one, two, three, four, five holes, and then I stitched them all together. And it's a lay flat journal, but it's great for traveling and gifts. And I use upcycled materials in here, such as the paper that came from an upcycled book that I had purchased from a friend's yard sale. This is the inside of the envelope or whatever. And I'm making this kind of thing. And this is a magazine bead I've made from a magazine. Um, and I'm gonna here, this one says I have 12. I just or 10 of them. I don't really have 10, not yet, but I will as I make them. It's just little old me making them. So since I've got this in your face right here, I'm just gonna go ahead and do an auction on it. I'm gonna do just 7 seconds on it, but it's a 4x4 Coptic journal, half off. I usually sell them for $12, but I'm about to show you how I do it. Okay, boom, done. All right, let me get that out of your face and work on this. So that's the Coptic Stitch journal that I'm working on. I cut these up 8 width and by 4, and I'm going to fold them. Normally they're not stock white or stark white. They're usually coffee dyed or whatever, but I didn't have time for that. And then I got some interesting papers. It's like print, just about a little bit thicker than that. But I'm going to sew them into this little design here. And I had cut these down 4x4, and the paper was 5x5 to cover my board. This is what I'm using that I cut down. Usually cereal boxes or cracker boxes or whatever, I'll use that. And I'll cut them down, a little paper down 5x5, and then I'll cover them. And then I do 3.5 by 3.5 in the center. Excuse me. Get me a swig of tea over here so I'm not coughing. Hi, welcome in. Hi, Sunny Creative. Hi, Tammy. Vintage Charm Creation. So what I've done is I did the little pocket on this and did a little not Tussie Mussy, but the pocket purse puzzle, which gives you plenty of room for writing, um, journaling and things. And you can add your own design and art to this. But I had made a number of those. And I'm working on, let's see, the fun part is putting it back together. You kind of fold it this way and tuck that in here. And then it tucks in here. But, you know, if you don't know this already, I kind of glued that on there. This is another place that you can journal and hide and tuck things in and put inside a pocket or a journal. that we're always working on here. And you can, I can't find my blending brush, but you can blend the edges so it's not stark white there. And then these little journals can also um, go inside here as well. So, and they make great gifts. You can cut out little cards and stuff like that and tuck it. There's other little tuck spots all in here and put little cards and stuff in there. So that's what I'm working on today. So earlier I was trying to do medallions, but evidently that's going to be something that I have to do off camera. Since I'm here on Wednesdays, I'm going to try to break free of all that and come on a little bit more often than just Wednesdays. I do have some on the 31st of July. I've got a raid train coming up. So, and there's a few others. If you could mark those. So what I'm going to do is I've already got these trimmed down. I'm just going to fold them and start working on getting that stitched. So, again, this is what I'm working on, and I'll be stitching that. And it's a lay flat journal. So easy to travel with and stuff. I'd rather prefer these coffee dyed and tea dyed, but I didn't have any time for that. Let me run that again. I'm going to do 7 seconds for $6. It's usually 12. Do that one more time since I just showed you, and there's new people in the room, I believe. 7 seconds, go fast. There we go. All right. So I'm going to put this. Hi, Tina. How are you? So I'm going to go ahead and fold these. These should be 4x4 because it's 4x4 and I want it to be even 4x4. Of course, I know they're stark white. I'd rather it be, keep repeating myself here, coffee dyed, but I ran all out of time. I'm pretty sure I ran out of coffee too. My husband's home today. He heard me fussing about the ring light is busted off, the whole thing is falling apart, and I thought I fixed it and come back at 3 o'clock, but it wouldn't hold my phone. That's my camera right now. And so I'm doing, but it's just propped up there. So nothing seems to be going as planned today. But yeah, I'm working with this Coptic stitch journal, and I'm making this little thingy. Let's see. I'm going to pin it. I think I pinned it. Is it pinned? But as it is right here, let's see. It's $5. Let me see, 10 seconds. But this is it right here. I don't know why it says number 1, number 2. That's so funny that it says that. I'm going to put this over here. Or right there for now. Why not? Okay. So, anything interesting happening in your part of the world? Where are you anyway? I'm in Northwest Florida, near I'm right over the bridge from the world's most beautiful beaches, Sandy White Beaches, if you ever heard of that. I'm in a little fishing village is where I am. Alexandria, Louisiana. I have driven through Alexandria years ago. I drove through there. I think there was like a Dairy Queen or something. I got the kids a burger. I lived in a place called Gretna, Louisiana, on the west bank of New Orleans years ago when my girls were little. They were, when we first moved there, they were 2 and 3 years old. They're 14 months apart. Then we moved to a little place called Beaufort, South Carolina. Lived there for a while. It's when I lost my little Chihuahua dog named Prissy right before we moved. Could never find her. She was in a really nice neighborhood, so I'm hoping that somebody loved her, found her, and brought her in. We couldn't find her anywhere. That was back before they had chips. I'm just going to go ahead and I found this in a thrift store, Habitat for Humanity. Somebody had written all in it. And these are the kind of things I buy when I go thrifting. I'm crazy about paper. You know where Gretna is? Oh yeah, they it's been so many years ago. I used to walk to work. I had to wear a nursing uniform because I worked in a place called K&B Drugstore. It was like a purple and yellow was their colors way back in the day. That was a long time ago. K&B hadn't been around for a long time. You probably don't even know what it is. Yeah, we used to watch little Mardi Gras parades and stuff there. Get beat with beads. Hi, Crafting with Chris. You're old enough to know K&B. Okay, there you go. You had one also. Yes. So I'm working on folding these pages for my little journal, the little Coptic Sticks journal. It's not coffee dyed or anything, but I have some stamps and stuff like that. And somewhere I have a blending brush. I don't know. It's probably on the steps and the stairways to come up. There's no air conditioner up here. My brother-in-law, he came by and he looked at it, and the air conditioner is, I think, officially dead. So I did buy a motor for it last year. Paid $700 for a motor, and it doesn't work this year. So I'll be giving somebody a phone call. See if I can work something out there. So are you guys working on your own journals today? I haven't, this is a different type of, it's a Coptic stitching, open binding, but I do other journals and I just don't seem to have time to do them these days. How do you make time for your journals? I want to do like the full-fledged cereal box. I want a beautiful journal. I saw Battle of the Journals and whoa, they were gorgeous. I love the flowers. So whenever I go to the bookstore, it seems like I hunt books with stickers in it rather than words. I have been getting into old books and old stories and stuff. Magic Alchemist, I believe is his name, has a show, and I have just been so intrigued. I've been buying when I shouldn't be buying, how we always say buy responsibly. I don't think I've been doing that. But I'm a reseller. I can resell it. I love old books. It seems like my little sister and I are getting into the book business. She's bought so many old books. We have a booth together, which I've not been able to get to, where we sell vintage items and antiques. So I think I can probably sell some of my books there. I don't know. I know Christmas is coming too. I can give them. So almost rules up. Uh-oh. So I have a daughter, and her whole family went to Thailand for 3 weeks, and they are traveling back today. Long journey. I think they're finally on their way to the airport. Phoenix. Or they're flying to Phoenix. They had a layover. Let me see what she said. She just texted me. I'm on the computer. It'll show me. So you haven't, what did she say? Almost wheels up from Seattle flight to Phoenix. Oh, thank goodness. They have been on a journey of their life. Well, hello, Wendy. Journal Junkie 21. How have you been? I have been busy with family lately. We went to the country and visited my family, my mom and dad, my daughter from Alabama, and her two children, my grandchildren, the teenagers, the teens. They came, and we had my little sister came over. We had and my great nephew. So we had like three generations. Let's see, my mom and dad, my sister and I, my daughter, 4 generations there. So yes, it was a happy reunion. Um, she's outside of Birmingham. Haynes, I think. Are you from Alabama? Oh my goodness. Oh my. Auburn. Oh, the Auburn. Are you an Auburn fan? I know my daughter was wearing an Auburn t-shirt. She doesn't even watch football. But my grandson, he is a football player. They're conditioning him, so I know Alabama is a very well. Us in the South over here, people don't understand about the college football. My aunt from Arizona does not understand why we celebrate football the way we do here in the South, college football, that is. So I'm going to do 5 signatures in this little book. This is my tiny little journal. So I'll put some pages together. So I'm going to pin this. It's just going to show you what I'm working on. That's what I'm working on. Absolutely not. Alabama then, huh? Well, my husband went to Florida State. His dad played football for Florida State. The very first year they played, and he had a friend named Buddy Reynolds, and he talked him into playing for Florida State because he said there's more girls there. And that's where my husband's father met his mother. Burt Reynolds is what he goes by. But they all played football together. There we go, little sis. If you're watching, I just name dropped. But so we're FSU fans. Even though we haven't been ourselves lately. Okay, so I cut some of those up. I'm going to put this to the side for another day. And I'm going to work on stitching these together. Uh-oh. So these are 4x4. I'm going to have to put the holes in them. So I'm going to make sure I got it in the direction that I need to have it in. I usually do different color sides for the front and the back, but I don't know. I just wanted it the same on this one. It's just what I felt like. So I put the pretty paper on the outside because it's an open binding and I want it to be seen on the outside. So I'm going to put that like that. Wendy, I guess, are you still here? Is that yes to Alabama? There you are. I've been missing you and your shows. You guys, Wendy is my friend, and we became friends here on Whatnot through our love of journaling. And that's what we do here. We're a community and we make friends. She's from Kentucky and I'm from Florida. And I might be oversharing. Stop me if I am. Of course, yes. I had a dear friend that was an Alabama friend, but she lived here in Florida. And we have lots of people that are Alabama friends, except for the next door neighbor. He likes Auburn. I don't know why. Okay. All right. So I've got an encyclopedia here, and I have ruined this thing. So I have dubbed it for my book binding. And you know how you buy those cradles, those wooden cradles to do your book binding in? Well, I'm using my encyclopedia, a big book. I'm going to open that up. Try to get to the center. I just like using what I have. Well, thank you. I wish I could say I come up with that idea, but I'm not that brilliant. So, oh, there you are. You don't go in there. That's where you go. Okay. So I'm going to use my string, and I'm going to use 5 holes. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 to grow on. Okay. And I'm going to clip it with my most excellent scissors. I've got all kinds of glue on the handles. Okay. Now, I bought this string from Habitat from Humanity years ago, and it doesn't have any wax on it. So I've got an old candle here, beeswax. So I was at my mother's and I saw she had a candle. It used to be just like it, but hers is nice and pretty and on a shelf. in a bookcase, and mine is like I found a reason to destroy it. I didn't want to burn it. It was a angel. It's from my cousin's honeybees. So surely I'm going to try to go back and see them. I haven't seen them in years. I miss them, but I think I'm going to make a trip up there one day soon. They're like 2 hours away from me, and I'm going to see if I can get some more candles and maybe beeswax, just beeswax and not a candle. So I can do this and not destroy a beautiful angel. Shame on me. Okay, so the next thing I need is to put to thread my needle. Well, hi, welcome in. Thank you for being here. I'm making a mini 4x4 junk journal, like a travel journal. You know, you could put your passcodes in here but you might want to, hide it though. I'm always forgetting my passcodes. All right, so I'm using this curvy little needle here. I bought a box a while back. It's a little bent because I tried to put a bead that didn't fit on it. I tried to force it to feed it through there, and it didn't work. Oh Lord, what now? Oh, it's just stuck. It's still warm up here in this room, but those clouds and that rain yesterday and all that wind from the feeder bands from the storm cooled it down. We've got no AC, no attic. It's a tin roof over all of the bedrooms up here. So it gets rather hot. So I got this little thing called a cube blowing on me from the hallway. So I'm going to thread this up. Good, I don't know, like 3 knots. The 1, the 2, the 3. So there we go. Oops, my eyes are tired. It's going to do that. Oh, there we go. Trying. There, got it. All right, so we got that ready to go, and we're not ready yet because now the next thing that we need to do is close our book. Turn it around here. And what I'm going to do, hello. Leela, are you on the Santa Express rate? No, I was invited to all the rate trains, but I don't know how to get on there. Unless, it's a group and they invite you, but I'm on the Chris I can't, it's like a Christmas kits or whatever. Chris Kitsmas. Kitsmas. Merry Kitsmas raid train. You can go and look at my shows. So I'm a little off view here, I guess. Everything's a little callywumpus because it's just balanced. It's broken. There's nothing in the world I can do about it, I don't think, at this point, but to balance it. Uh-oh, I just shut my show down earlier before because it was shaking. I should not have moved it. I should not have moved it. I should not have touched it. It was very sensitive. Ah, man. Okay, how's that? I am not going to touch it again. I think someone dropped out Sunday Santa Express. Oh, okay. Hmm. I don't know that I have anything Christmassy. I've got to get things together for what I got coming up. I just got a ton of paper, but nothing Christmas. I guess I can stamp some things on there and call it Christmas. I know I've got something coming up. On Saturday, I have to host at the museum. So I don't know. Um, I'll check into that. Okay, so we need holes. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Like I said, it's hot up here. I opened that book for nothing, then I closed it. I just threaded a needle. Okay, this is what we got to do. I'm going to try to turn it. Everything is falling. It's too crowded. I'm going to try to turn it your way so you can see. Let me move this basket over. Accommodate you. This has been a weird day up here. Okay. But I live in a strange, bizarre world. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to take this. I'm going to take the top and the bottom off. And the top, I'm going to leave like this, and the bottom is facing up. I'm going to put that to the side. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the pages. So I'm going to take this top page. I'm going to move this here. I'm going to open it up. And I want 5 holes. So I got to find the center page of the signature. And I'm only doing 3 pages here. Let me see. Okay. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my center hole. And I'm guessing maybe right there, that's 1, that in the center. And then I'm going to move this over to the center. 2, I'm just eyeballing it really, but I tell you what, this graph is really helping. And 3, let me see, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, right there. And then I want 2 more. So I want this in the center here, I guess, right about there. And let's see, this is going to be the top. So I'm going to want to put a bead up there and kind of let it dangle, put it like a little dangle. So I want mine a little bit closer to the top. So there we go. And then I'm going to use the first set of signature as a pattern for the next one. So I'm going to take these, the top one off. I'm going to put this up here. I'm going to return this back to this later, but in the meantime, I'm going to use this as my pattern. So they're all the same. Line it all up. There we go. And I've got it pinned what it is I'm making. I mean, it's not going to look exactly like that. No 2 are alike. Okay, so I've got that done. And so I'm going to pull my pattern out. I'm going to set this on top of there at the same direction as the others. And take the next. Is there a way you can send me the link, Wendy, to where I can go sign up? I forgot where that is. And usually a group will pop up when you're in there. When you sign up, they send a link, and I didn't get the link. and I didn't memorize where I am supposed to go. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I mean, if you can, if you don't mind, on the Santa Express. There we go. So you can make these just about any size. This is a compact size. I just love making the 4x4. I'm kind of stuck on them. They sell well for me, I guess. Especially if they're butterflies. This one's kind of got a Victorian flair to it. There we go. Whoops. Wrong thing. I want to keep that and put this over here. So the paper that I'm using, it's not cardstock. It's kind of like printer paper. This paper, a little bit thicker. Not much, but so I'm working with my tongue, kind of sticking it halfway out of my mouth. I don't know why I do that. It helps me keep things straight. So here's the next one I'm going to put here. Line that up. So I painted my nails for you guys, and then I started playing with glue, and it started peeling off. So I can't keep my nails perfectly polished like a lot of people. Okay, there we go. Take that out, and I put them all the same. I'm going to return this back to the mothership. There we go. All right, and I'm going to pack that in there. And it, as you can see, they should all be lined up, just like so. Go. Now you can close your book. Okay. Well, hello, Melissa. Melissa Joy Joy. I mentioned you to my mother. She had a cup that said, it's a Christmas cup. She said it's her favorite cup because it says joy all over it. Joy, 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 just all over it. And I said, oh, well, we have somebody on Whatnot that her last name is Joy. And so she's Joy Joy. That's so funny. Nice to see you here. How do you do? All right, so I'm doing a Coptic Stitch journal, of course. And I'm multicasting on YouTube. My name is Bored Grandma Designs on YouTube. If you don't already know, and subscribe, and you can watch, rewind, fast forward, pause. But that's on the beach. I took that picture several years ago with my big camera. Oh, I love the flowers, the hibiscus. These look like hibiscus flowers. Which, you know, you can have hibiscus tea, which that's what I'm having. Not hibiscus tea, but oh, I got a drop. It's time for more tea. That went fast. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I need these holes to be all lined up with the top and bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, this is my top and this is my bottom. Both the same, but I want this facing up. So I'm going to keep it up like that. Make sure your directions are right. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this one to the side, and this is my top. I'm going to put it on the bottom of all these pages, signatures here. Make sure they're all lined up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I want to put my holes here. So I'm going to line this up and go back at maybe a ½ inch or so. It's all up to you how far you want it to go back. And what I'm going to do is, you see how all the holes are lined up? I'm going to punch it going down like this. I'm going to hold it and punch it downward. So this is a bit tricky. I'm going to have to turn it more towards me, I'm afraid. I wish I could get it to where at an angle where you can see it better. But I want them to be straight, so I might have to put them towards my direction here. So try to get it nice and straight. I'm going to start in the middle. I'm going to stab and just push it through. There you go. 5 good times. All right, and I'm going to take these carefully to the side. Move those to the side, and then there's the holes that I just made. Love the hearts and the flowers. It's so pretty. I'm trying to see, is that Mallory? I can't, Mel Rap, Mel. Okay, gotcha. Mel. Oh, Mel sells curated cards for collecting, crafting, and junk journaling, destashing rubber stamps and scrapbooks. Welcome to the nest, making handmade sewn crafts to sell, learning to piece quilts. I would love to learn that. Craft and chat while destashing. Oh, there we go. Yes, I love to chat. Huh. Oh my goodness. Somebody bought something. I didn't see it. So let me see. Oh, you bought the little zebra. Oh, thank you, Melissa Joy Joy. Thank you so much. You rated me. Well, thank you. See, I don't have a mod, so I didn't know. There's nobody here to babysit me. So I have a buyer's givey. I have a different spin on how I do things. But each time you buy, I put your name in my little fish bowl, my tiny little fish bowl. And let me do that right now for you. I am so thankful. Thank you so much for rating me. I thought there was a lot more people in here than just the normal 3. So let me see. No, Ray, yeah, you rated me, and I read your profile. So there you go. Not even knowing that you rated me. And Melissa Joy Joy, she Joy. I wish I would have sense enough to bring my glasses up here so I can see. I found some good reading glasses. It was at an estate sale. Actually, I didn't even buy them new. They look new to me. All right, so the end of the show, I'm going to put you in here, and then I'm going to draw. And you don't have to be present for me to draw. I'm going to mix you in here. Thank you for buying that book for me. I thought I was the only one that liked zebras. I don't like that paper. I'm kind of prettier one. Put it in. Only need one. Grab two of them here. So that in here. Put in my squeaky chair. So that's what you got. And you can add your name or whoever's name right there. Well, hello, Heather 04. Is that Heather T04? Welcome. It's my baby's name. Of course, she's a grown lady. She has her own babies now. You love my paper I have out? Thank you. This right here, you can see that. It's not cardstock. It's real papery like printer paper type, but a little bit thicker. So I am going to take this one, and I'm going to keep the bottom up, and these holes are a little bit small, so I'm going to push it through here so our needle can go through, or my needle can go through a bit better. Yeah, I love that Victorian paper. I just thought it was just gorgeous. I'm a sucker for florals and plaids. Oh yeah. Oh, I do too. I thought we live in Florida, and I grew up with, shucking oyster. I thought you were saying you were a shucker at first. I need to go get those glasses. Well, here's a floral, and I do have the plaid right there. So, okay, let me line this back up. I probably shouldn't have done that, and I'm bad about that. I got to make sure my holes and everything lines up just right. So I'm popping through the holes we already made. I made 5 holes. There we go. So there they are. And then I'm going to make them a little bit bigger. My brayer. Ooh, it's hot up here. Probably should get some ice water to cool my insides at least. All right. And so now, let me move this off to the side. Miss I Love Cheap Frills. I love that name. I'm like that too. So here's some of the paper that I've been using. I just always keep a stack here because I'm always making these covers. All right, so I'm going to move my encyclopedia over. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to take all of our 5 signatures, make sure they're all lined up, and they're going to need to be sandwiched in between the back and the front, and we put that together and make sure the holes are all lined up. See, to the holes on the front, just like that. And so the next thing we do is we're going to take this and we're going to flip it down. And now that we have it flipped down, we're going to take the bottom, and then we're going to take the bottom signature, and we're going to take it out of the stack, and then we're going to flip that around, is if that's not confusing enough. That green reminds me of my grandma's dishes back when I was little. Oh, it's nostalgic for you. Oh, that's beautiful. Yes. It does. It reminds me of a shirt or something. I just love it. So it's a 12 by 12. It's real papery. Like, so do you make junk journals? I love cheap frills, not thrills. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm trying to look and see some other greens. We'll go through the papers here in a little bit. What I'm going to do, you got me thinking over here. I usually don't sell paper like that, but you know, there's always the first time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to go through the bottom hole, and I'm going to thread that through, and I'm going to kind of let it go a little bit loose here because I'm got to come back through that hole right there. So let me go here, and I'm going to go back through here and pull that through. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come through here and come back up through here and kind of tie it off. And then I'm trying not to get that tight because I got to go back through the hole. So I'm going to get back through the hole. Here we go, back through the hole, just like this, and pull that through. Just like so. And I want that a little tight now that I've got that through, so I'm going to see if I can get that knocked down a little bit. And then I'm going to go up to the next hole. Remember, I've put beeswax on this to help it not get all tangled. And I tried to skip this one time and not have the beeswax on there. And man, you got all knotted. It was the worst mistake. Not the worst mistake of my life, because I have made a few of those. But it was a mistake. So I learned not to skip that process. Make sure it's got the wax on it. So, and then I'm going to go back through here to tie it off. It takes some time, let me tell you. I'm not Speedy Gonzales here. Do you remember Speedy Gonzales? I'm thinking, oh, somebody might not even know who that is. It was a little mouse from Mexico that did everything really fast. He used to say, "Andale, andale, arriba, arriba." He was so cute, and he would shoot his little guns. Ah, just stabbed that. He was one of my favorite Looney Tune characters. So try not to make yourself bleed. I think I just did. Looney Tunes, yes. Arriba. Yes. So my husband got this little sailboat. He paid, I guess, $400 for, but he put probably 5 grand in it to try to get it going real well. And he picked out the letters, and it reminded me of the cousin of the Looney Tunes because it was called Nowhere Fast. It was a slow selling boat. Let me tell you, I met my guy when I met him because I go slow, and so does he, and so did our sailboat. But I wanted to get, I said he needed to get that little cartoon character on there. I can't remember his cousin's name, but he was the opposite of Speedy Gonzales. He was his cousin. Do you guys remember that one? If you remember, if you're old enough to remember those. Anyway, I wanted to have him link that little cousin character leaning against the letters and have it with it saying nowhere fast. Let me do this. He had a big nose. I think he did. I'm not really sure. Seems like he did. And I think he had drowsy looking eyes, like he was sleepy. I can't remember what his name was. It was so funny. Okay. I got my Brooklyn in the room. She tells me when I get out of view. I always think about her when I look over and I'm not there. I think about you, Brooklyn, even when you're not here. Slowpoke Rodriguez. That's right. You looked that up, didn't you? Slowpoke Rodriguez. That's his name. Okay, now that we've got come to the end of this, we need to pick up the next signature. So we go over to our pile, we pick it up, and we flip it. And we make sure that the holes are all lined up, just so. Oh, I'm getting out of view. There it is, right there. Okay, I think this is the spot right here. So what we do is, I want to go back under here and make sure I lock it down. And then I'm going to go and find that center page here. There it is. Okay. And then, oh man, our music went away. I don't know if it was on the whole time. Ouch. Earlier, you missed the jets we had flying by earlier today. All right, so we got that in there, and we go to the next hole. Next hole. Next hole, where are you? Ah, there you go. And take this up and come up and go through here to the next one. See that? Come up. Hello, welcome in, welcome in. I am working on a Coptic stitch mini journal. It's a 4x4 compact journal. It lays flat. It's supposed to be a junk journal, but I didn't put any. I guess the only thing that I got in here that could have be considered junk was um, the donated material inside that I covered, like cereal boxes and things like that, cracker boxes. I use envelopes from my bills that I get in the mail. I still get mail. They would rather me just go completely online, but I'm a junk journalist. I want that junk coming in the mail. That's free material. There we go. I'm going to come back to the next hole. I've got 5 holes in here. I'm going to run this along since I can't see it. Sometimes it seems like they want to close themselves back up. There we go. Got it. All right. And then I'm going to go through here. And that's that plaid. You said you liked the plaid. Go back through here. And this is the last hole on this signature. And I'm doing 5 signatures. So that's the second signature. Bring that through. I'm going to take it underneath the other one and lock it in. Uh-oh. Lock it in. Here we go. Take this and flip it over. So my dad he was texting me earlier. When you go back into the signature, do you go in the same hole that you went out of to go to the next hole? You ask very good questions. Yes, you go right back to the hole that you went in before, that you came out of. Yes, you do. That is after you have kind of locked them in, stitched under the next signature, like underneath. You go underneath here, like this, and then you go through the hole. This one's not going back through a hole because we're picking up a new signature, but we will do that on the others, going back up. So there's the hole. Thank you for asking. All right, then I'm going to go underneath the other signature, back underneath that stitch, like that, and go here. And put this in here. Uh-oh. And then come up here. And go through here, like so. Pick that up, and now we're going to go back through that hole. Go back through the hole. And you can only do that when you lock them in. When I say lock them in, I'm sure it has a term, but I just make things up as I go. Go back under here. This is locking it into me, and go back up through here. You're welcome. Thank you. Here we go. And then the last one, go through, and we're not going to go back through that hole, but we are going to go underneath here to kind of lock that in, because we're going to take our next signature. We're going to flip it over. Make sure all the holes are lined up. Find the middle and then go back through that hole right here. Here we go. How's that grandbaby doing? Brooklyn. I got to see mine over the weekend. Trying to remember if I even held her. She was being passed around. Her aunt came to town to meet her, and her cousins came to meet her for the first time, and the daddy. We had us a nice reunion. Let me go back to. I love making these journals, but you can make them any size you want. They lay flat. I make art journals too. I use multimedia paper. I use watercolor is my favorite paper to use for art journaling, because I like to do sketches and stuff for my lino cuts. So I got my own personal one downstairs, which I've not been doing my lino cuts. See, I went right through. You try to avoid doing that, going through the thread again. But I did that. I'm just going to move forward. A lot of times I'll wrestle with it to try to fix it, and it turns out to be more pain than anything. So I'm just going to keep moving on. Moving forward. There we go. Go up here. And then tie it off here. And then I've got to pick up my next signature. How many more signatures do I have? 2 more. Okay, so I pick it up and I flip it over, making sure it all lines up. But I prefer to have these coffee dyed or tea dyed or butterfly PT dyed. Not butterfly P as in TT, but butterfly P as a pea pod. It's the prettiest blue. It's really a pale blue when you use it as a stain on your paper. I like to do a butterfly pattern, a butterfly design whenever I put those pages in my books. Does all of your journals have Coptic stitching? You know what? No, I do other journals. I just haven't been doing them lately. I've done a French stitch journal, and I've also just done the kind that you just stitch straight through. This was my very first one, so it's not my proudest. I don't have any of the other ones. I've already sold them, but this was just on a. I was learning, but this type of stitching was doing that. I make my own little recycled beads, but yeah, this one's kind of flimsy, but anyways, whatever that's called. Do you know what that's called? Well, hello. Pamphlet stitch. Is that what that's called? Well, hello, Allura. My digital cottage. Howdy. I'm back to doing my Coptic stitching. Brooklyn was asking if that's the only stitch that I do, but I really don't. I do others. But I haven't I got stuck on this and have never gone back to the other, although I do miss doing the other stitching, just a simple stitch. On my cereal boxes is what I like to I'm an upcycler. I like to use materials that we already have. And all that started with me after the hurricane that we had in 2018. Spelt knocked our city off the map. But it's starting to, I hate to say it, be kind of common around the world. It's just what's happening. So I'm going to do this. I'm in bed with a what? Final infection and have started. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. Well, you better get better. Um, my goodness. Yeah, I had a COVID in November and then I had it for a month. It just wouldn't go away. There was a feeling in my nose, my nasal, you could just feel it. Then after I was getting over that, then I got my family came over and gave me the flu. Wasn't that sweet of them? We just pass all kinds of gifts around. So my immune system was already down. And then I got knocked down again, and that took about a month. And then I was sick with something else, and I still am off and on. So they want to do surgery. I'm not going to tell you what it is. It's nobody wants to know that. Um, but anyways, I blame it on the COVID, on that there COVID. I've had it 5 times. 5 times. My husband's had it a few times too. He took the shot, I didn't. I was like trying to stay away from everybody, but everybody come to me and gave it to me. But whew, tell you, wasn't that something? That was the strangest thing ever. Yeah, it's kind of weaker and weaker though each time I get it, but it still aggravates whatever you got going on in your system. It'll aggravate that. It'll make it worse. All right. I guess I had them lined up there. There we go. I'm I'm reading the chat at the same time, and I'm Not paying attention to my holes being lined up, but this is the last signature in here. Your throat is feeling tight and sore, though the nose is dry. Yeah, you probably got it. I would test. They're like, if you go to the doctor these days, they really don't seem to be very concerned if you have it now. At least mine didn't. They treat it almost like just a common cold, at least here. I don't know what it's like in other places. I'm like, I had the mask on. I was trying to avoid people. They were like, come on in. I'm like, should we? I did the home test and then went to go see the doctor. Oh, it's okay. That's what we're here for. I am I'm my own distraction. All right, so that's the last one. So now we're doing the cover. So it's upright and we're going to flip it over. That's the top cover. But even though I have it the same, I just wanted to do this one a little bit different from the others that I've done. So I'm going to go over. I'm going to, that's the inside. I'm going to face that down, make sure you've got it in the direction you want. So that's the top, this is the bottom. And then I'm going to work my way up. So you do this. All right. I love doing this. To me, it's like therapeutic. I'm going to grab this, pull that through, and I'm going to, that last signature, even though we've already done that stitching, we're going to stitch over that and come back the other way. So you're going to go back through the hole and knot your finger. Hello and welcome in, Bunny. Country Classics. I'm not really into country or anything, but I do love Patsy Cline, but who doesn't? Good afternoon. Did I say good morning? I usually start in the morning. I'm kind of a goofball. Well, hello. Debunk 902. How do you do? I am doing a Coptic stitch journal. I'm on the last, I already put the signature on. I just put the um, top on it, and we're going back through to secure the cover. It's an open book binding, and I've got a few friends along the way in the room with me, where we all found each other through Whatnot, and I feel rather close to them now. Is that how you feel? It's a nice community, beautiful community. I don't think I'm on as far as live often enough. Of course, probably see why. I'm so slow at stitching these things. It takes time. So I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to go under that signature, come back up, kind of lock it down, and then I'm going to go back through the hole, do that last signature. Let me find the middle again. And try not to poke myself. That it is. I keep my Whatnot community and family in my prayers. Oh, that's so sweet. So you can pray for Allura. We all can. It's Whatnot is my daily. I know I'm obsessed too. Daily obsession. Yes, and I have one. There's one show that I'll put my headbuds on to listen to. I think the speakers in my old cell phone is dying, but I can't hardly hear him. But he sells new books and old books, and he tries to keep old stories alive. I probably locked that down too soon. Magic Alchemist is what I like to listen to, and I got hooked. So he's fun. He keeps you really engaged. He does magic tricks too. But they're selling these old antique books in there, and here they have a junk journalist in the room. They're probably thinking, oh no, she's gonna murder this book. But there are those that you can tear apart, and there are others that you cannot. So those types of books I don't. I keep the old books like on my shelf, and then the new books, he says even that you read the new books and you give one away, keep one on the shelf, like 3 phases. I don't know, something that he was saying last night. Was it last night or night before? Uh-oh, it looks like I skipped one. Oh dear. Look at that. I did. So I'm going to go beneath it, and I'm going to just lock it in like that and pretend like that didn't ever happen. What you gonna do? All right, so I'm going to go back through here. No, I'm not going to go back through there. I'm going to lock it in up here again, kind of thread it through. I'm going to put it through here. Hello again. Welcome back. Good to see you. So I was here earlier this morning, but my lighting above me, everything is balanced because it's broken. My holder and my lighting, ring light. And I have some clues. I've got a little handprint on the wall next to my light, and there's a handprint in the middle of my screen too, my computer screen, on what could have happened. Okay, so now that I've got that in there, I'm going to kind of weave it back towards the middle because I'm going to want to put a bead. 1, 2, 3. I've got 5 signatures. I want to put a bead or something here and let it kind of dangle. So, ta-da! So, there's the stitching right there. Then I didn't coffee dye any of these because I just didn't have time to get back on here. But I was on here earlier and everything was falling apart and I got flustered. So I was like, let me just take a break and come back to this. So that's what I did. I came back at 3. So I think I might start doing split sessions or whatever. split shows or what have you, or whatnot. I'm gonna find a bead to go on here. Take all my beads down here. I like this big chunky beads. I know it's a small book, but I like them. Ooh, the yellow look pretty too. And the white. Ooh. You think that's too big? Yay! Thanks for the applause. Thank you, Paper Alchemy. Oh, I want pink. Pink, and I want all the colors. Should I put the white in the middle? Put the pink in the top, at the bottom? I don't know. Oh my goodness, choices. Y'all. I think the white should separate the colors on here. Is that too big? I like them chunky. I think I'm going to do that. All right. Woo-wee. It is hot up here. Oh my gosh. Alora's not feeling good, you guys. We're going to have to pray for her. All right, I'm just going to do my crazy little beading like I do. These little balls, chunky balls like this, I make my own with paper, kind of like a paper mache. I shred up all my bills and put them in the blender, make a paper pulp out of it, and put them in the sun for a good 3 days in that Florida sunshine and dry them out. And then I paint them. Really? The paper mache type thing? I make paper bowls too. Let me, let's see. Do I have any over here? I got a little drawer I moved beside me. I can barely move in this room. It's a tiny little room. Ah, now they're not pretty like this. They're not actually, they're bigger. They kind of went flat on me. It kind of looks like a marshmallow, but they're paper mache and I just decorate them. Make all kinds of things out of them. Here's one I painted white. I know it doesn't look like a big deal, but you could put napkins on them, like I was showing you napkins earlier. Um, you take the layers of napkins off the white part, and then you put a little Mod Podge on there, and then you put the napkin on it and let it dry, and it gives it a pretty little design. And then you put your polish on top to make it shiny, or my digital cottage, she has some stuff that she likes to put on her bead work. I can't remember what it's called. You'll have to check her out. She'll show you. Hubby is young to go get the test for me. Hubby is young to go get the test for me. Going. Okay. He's going to go get the test for you. Okay. And the handmade paper. Yes, I made some. I'm still always learning. So I tried to see how my little seahorse would print on the paper, and it didn't really do that well, but stamps do well on the handmade paper. But as far as this type of thing, it didn't seem like it did that great. But it's fun to make. And that was the paper pulp, same thing that I made like the beads. So I didn't make a clay, I made a paper through the screen, and that was fun. Like I tell everybody, I think I had so many chores as a child. I get to play now as an old lady. So I'm gonna tie this off. A 1, a 2, and a 3. Let's see, tie that off. I don't have my music going. I keep forgetting to get it going. I don't think it ever did. Or the volume's so low you can't hear it. Aw, thank you. Oh, you're hugging somebody with else. Your childhood stories are amazing. Oh, are they? Thank you. That's gorgeous. Resin. Yes, the resin. You put resin on them and make them super hard. Is that Wake, Ella? My digital print. Hey. All right. So there we go. I got the little dangle. Too much? Is that too much? I don't know. I like it. So I have where it shows a zebra, but the zebra has already been bought. But I'm gonna go ahead and run this while we're here. From 12 to 6, 10 seconds. And you can color it if you want. Stamp it. Thank you for looking. That was fun to do. I like to stamp it and stuff. But there was somebody in here that was talking about the paper earlier. Are you still here? Thank you. I have a lot of fun making them. So, yes, is she still here? I love cheap frills. Are you still in the room? She must have moved on. No, I love cheap frills. She was asking about the paper. She said she loved the paper, and I was just gonna show her some of my paper here that I had got, but I got them for book covers and stuff. Now they're nothing like my digital print. She makes her own beautiful papers. But these are something that I bought as a packet to make the things that I make and sell on here for you guys. But I thought if she loved them so much, maybe I would share a few. But I was going to go through and show her that she made the comment. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. So pretty. There's something about that I like. But yeah, there's all the little papers. But these are not cardstock. It's a very thin papers. But I like for this, I think I want to put this on here. This could be a little tuck on the inside, like right here. And you can tuck something in there. Is that, uh-oh, it's starting to slip. Let me tighten that up. Okay, let me see here. Fantabulous. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing the show and paper. Is she in? I love free cheap frills. Are you here? She's probably moved on to bigger and better things like eating. It's probably time to eat. It is oh, it's almost 5 o'clock already. Man, time flies. So I'm gonna put this on here. Stick this right hand. There we go. Oh my goodness. Trying not to get it on my fingers, but I was invited to a ladies' luncheon, and they were all dressed up, and I was like, "Good Lord, I haven't left my house, I guess, to go to anything like this in a while." Um, so I tried to piece something together, and then I put some pants on, and I had glue all over one. I guess I wiped the glue on my pants. I don't know, but black pants with white glue didn't look beautiful. And then they were giving all the first time visitors, they pulled from a hat or whatever, and they gave them a gift. And I had to go in front of everybody with my glue pants on, like my digital cottage and her glue pants. I thought of her. I go in front of everybody that's all dressed up in my glue pants. So I'm gonna have to find something just in case I have something fancy I have to go to. Make sure I don't start gluing things, which I always do. I was the best dressed there. They asked questions around the table, like a get to know you type thing. And they're like, things you like to wear. And some were like, I like to wear dresses, I like to wear slacks. And mine was, I like to wear my ratty pair of blue jean skirts that have paint and glue and everything else on them. They're called my artist shorts. That's when I'm most happy. It's so bad. I used to have funeral pants. Oh, funeral pants. Get stuff done shorts. There you go. Yeah. Those are my favorite. I don't ever I want to go places in my skirts. They're all torn up and I love them. But my husband, I think I embarrass him a little when I wear them. I wore them to the Hobby Lobby. And I'm like, if they don't understand, then they are all in the wrong business. Gotta have at least one. Yes. I want to put patches on mine. I haven't done that yet. I collect the patches and then I lose them. I put them places and can't find them. But there that is. That stark white drives me crazy. We need to do something about all that. I guess I can paint the coffee on. I'm going to do it one more time. I want to put what I call a medallion type thing on it. I'm going to do it one more time. 10 seconds, not 7. We did this together. I'm not showing all the pretty papers. There we go. Oh, 10 seconds go by fast, don't they? Unfortunately, so true. You gotta have at least one. Okay, I'll read about that. All right. So earlier I had a buyer's giving and it was in a fishbowl, and it's 5 minutes before 5, and I'm supposed to say goodbye at 5. I don't really want to now that everybody's here, but anyways, I'm gonna pull from the fishbowl from earlier and this evening. So it's all, let me do it some more, and I'm going to turn my head. I'm going to see, it looks like I got a message. It's showing up on my cell phone. I just happened to look up. Oh, I see. Okay. I got the secret message. Gotcha. Now I got to find my way back. Oh, did I lose my way? I can't see the chat. I read the message. I read the message. Now I got to find my way back to the chat. Let's see. I guess go back. There it is. It's going back slowly but surely. It's going back. Oh, there we are. I'm back. Oh, that's okay. I am going to do this, and I'm going to turn my head. Thank you. I'm turning my head. You just have to trust me. And I'm going to reach in and I'm going to pull this out and I'm going to put it down. Okay. And move this. So here it is. Who can it be? It is Melissa Joy Joy. Yay! Confetti. All the confetti. Woohoo! I do have some confetti in a jar somewhere. I think it's under my feet somewhere. But she's our buyer givey. So, anyways, thank you everyone for being here this evening. I think I might start having them a lot later than in the morning. I don't know, maybe some in the morning. So I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, thank you, Brooklyn. Laura, you feel better, okay? Melra, thank you for being here. I probably butchered your name. And I enjoy hanging out with you guys. Yes. Okay. Yes, you're welcome. I love sharing. So that little book, what I'm going to do, what I think I'm going to do, what we did today is I'm going to stuff it in here. There we go. I'm going to make some other things and we're just going to add to it. That's going to be for another day. So you have a great evening. I love you guys. You take care. Kisses to you all. Mwah. Oh yeah. Don't forget I'm not great at making those. There you go. Little hearts. Oh, thank you. All right. So sometimes I have a hard time saying goodbye, but this is not goodbye. This is I shall see you another time. See you later. Night night. Should we raid into another show or should we end it? Should we raid? Who should we raid into? Yeah, I think it's nice to do. Who should we raid into? Should we, I don't, when I had them pick for me, it was some weird thing that had nothing to do with junk journaling. Anyone I choose, I have no idea who's on. Um, let's see, create a raid. Plus size girl. She's a nice one. You want to go see her? She has lace and stuff. She's also a fellow portrait photographer. She used to do that, same as me. Yes, she's lovely. We'll go see her. There we go. Select. Raid now.